Indeed, greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. I always appreciate your presence. Let's meld more into being, shall we? I think we shall. Let me read something worth saying while we wait for this thing to tune in. The difference between a master and a student is that the master has mastered the art of always being a student. The difference between a master and a student is that the master has mastered the art of always being a student. Always being open to new information, always being willing to receive, always being willing to question. Always question your own beliefs, because we don't know. And I think that's a great part of it, actually. It's the fact that we don't know. A friend. To you, one friend here right now watching with me, thank you for joining me in this space. A friend is one not lesser than myself. A friend is one who walks in perfect equality of the grandest of masters. A friend is one who looks upon another and sees the face of God therein. Yeah. Hey, Silver. We're supposed to have this moment, huh? Listen to what they're saying, dude. Listen to what's being said here. This is what I choose to believe when I use the word friend as well. It's not something that I use lightly. The word friend means, at least to me, again, one not lesser than myself. A friend is one who walks in perfect equality with the grandest of masters. A friend is one who looks upon another and sees only the face of God therein. Ooh, faces of God. Faces of the universe, faces of source, faces of consciousness. To look upon another and see God. I appreciate it. I do think it's going to be a good way to start the stream off, friends. Like, I think that's one of the things that I do wish was a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, capable of? Like, imagine if we could. Yeah. I just imagine for a second, and then I came up with 10,000 reasons why that would be a bad idea as well. But let's imagine in a perfect world, we could share, what we look like to one another. I could actually see your face as well, vegetable free. What is this? This is people experiencing life in this divine moment, right? The lived fact of your present and current experience. That's what this is, friend. I'm feeling all over the place. I'm gonna roll myself a joint. Maybe I'll set an intention to gather me a little bit. But while we wait until we reach that point, we're just going to crush some bud and we're gonna have some conversations, friend. How have you been, vegetable? How have you been, dude? How old are you? Where are you in life right now? Tell me, dude. Tell me where your eye consciousness finds itself on this beautiful day. Man, I'm feeling some things. It was a very windy day. All day. Very, very windy. And it kind of brought some clouds with it, so it's completely overcast right now. And alongside the overcastiness comes some cold as well. So I already have myself covered in a blanket. It just makes me feel so nostalgic, so safe. Good morning to you as well, Viking Queen. Thank you for joining me, friend. Lunar Pumpkins. How long has it been since we've seen you, friend? Months, I feel. It's been months. How have you been? How have you been? Should I call you Lunar or Pumpkins? I guess it would be one thing, right? Lunar Pumpkins. What's up, you old dusty bag of joys? Hey, Bob. Thank you for joining me, friend. I'm doing well. I'm feeling a little bit contemplative, if you will. Feeling a little bit contemplative. Feeling a little bit sad as well. I don't know if that's a feeling that I just kind of recognized or realized just now as I was trying to ask myself what it was I was feeling. I don't think I'm sad about something. But I did spend some time crying. You know what? I am sad about something. Well, our stream this morning, the Reddit Sweat stream, got removed because I sat down for the cool down. Right, I stopped sweating. So they were like, nah, gonna remove the stream. And it was a good stream, yo. Like some things were said that I wanted to have echo through time and space. Technically it does, but I wanted it to echo through the time and space of the internet as well. And now they have taken it from me. I've asked them though to give it back, please. Please, good sir at Reddit, give me back the thing that we shared, that moment. What am I talking about? Man, I'm feeling all over the place. I'm sorry, friends. I might be a little bit delirious. I haven't been on in a while. I'm very pregnant, so I've been sleeping in and missing the streams. No, my friend, you don't have to apologize for anything. Very pregnant, you say. Well, congratulations. I'm sending you and your baby the most loving of vibes, positive of vibes, smiley vibes, healthy vibes, evolving vibes. Hope that you and your baby grow up absolutely beautifully, my friend. Lunar Pumpkin, like it. I've been in the Discord though. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate your presence, no matter where it is though. Hey Nate, hello to you as well. Hey Edmund, thank you for joining me as well, friend. Man, like maybe once we set the intention and start smoking, I'll get out of this melancholy I'm feeling right now. Like weirdly enough, I've been spending the entire day like thinking about today's stream, which is not usually something that I do. Like I do that to some extent sometimes, where I'm like thinking about the space I'm going to be in when I'm here, right? And the things I want to say when I'm in this space or whatever. But today especially, I felt like there was this narration, you know, happening in my head of like some sort of point trying to be reached, or some sort of thing trying to be said. And yeah, I just feel like I don't want to do that now, if that makes any sense, right? Now that I've had that like almost simulation that got run in my head over and over again, I don't actually want to do the real thing. Does that make any sense? I hope so. Today is my birthday, and my fiance are looking to, and me and my fiance are looking to buy a house as well. I'm thankful for life and for all of you. Nate, happy birthday, my friend. A happy birthday to you. How old are you right now? Do tell me, please. Not that it matters how old your body is. I'm just curious as to the number. I'm mostly looking for double numbers or some sort of significant number. Just out of curiosity. Like my consciousness. Like weirdly enough, I spent a lot of today just kind of walking about on the farm and really keenly looking at things. And I was like moving back and forth, and I came to this spot where I was like standing at the wire. And then this cow kind of comes, you know, around the wall and passes me. And it stands right in front of me as well. And it has the tag in its ear of 33. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like, what are the odds of me and this cow coming to this convergence? To stand here together, to look at one another, so I can see the number 33. And then I went on to see it 3 more times throughout the day. And then, like, these things kind of, like, just make me think even more, right? Like, maybe the thing I'm thinking about, I should think even more about. And it gets exhausting, yo. Like, I don't want to do it. I want to constantly do it. You know, the incessant need to think about things. I think it's very important just to calm down. So, like, I kind of did that. You know, I spent the whole day thinking, and then when I calmed down to meditate a little bit, I felt this really, what's the word I'm looking for? Just this really surreal sense, right, of understanding how I can kind of convince myself that I'm having this separate experience. Because, like, while I'm meditating and stuff, I'm also, like, preparing myself for these streams and stuff. And then I'm thinking about us coming together into the space, you know, where all of you friends are right now in your lives, what it is that's going on, how you're going through the motions, if you will, like, be it waking up, be it brushing your teeth, be it getting in your car and starting to drive to work. And I was just imagining, as I was meditating, all of these different scenarios, right? Trying to just recognize that I'm not separate from it. Even though my consciousness is not experiencing the exact same thing, consciousness is experiencing that thing. You see, 32, dude. I knew it was close, man. I just felt something that told me inside, like it was like I had to ask. 32 was very close. Happy birthday, friend. Good luck to you. Absolutely, friend. Good luck to you indeed. It's your 33rd year on the planet, technically. So, how much of that is truth? Happy birthday. Also have something today. I wish you luck and happiness in that venture, friend. Absolutely. Like, dude, show us if you end up, like, getting to a house that you really like and you're like, maybe you want to get this one. Man, this is so cool. Being in on the loop of friends that house hunt. How sick. Thank you. I'm 32, dude. Yeah, in your 33rd year. Feeling the love in here for sure. Sending you so much love, Nate. It's me. I'm about to be 33. There we go. 2 friends. And I'm about to have myself a day. You mean a day for your birthday? Your 33rd birthday? Or are you gonna have yourself a day today? I'm happy for you, friend. I'm happy for you as well. We made it. Happy birthday, Jumper. We made it, Simon. I'm feeling tired, dude. I'm feeling a little bit tired. But not tired in, like, the physical sense. In the thinking sense, if that makes any sense. I feel like I really kind of tapped into just the things that I want to think about. We had some really cool chats this morning about the possibilities of the future as well. What we can do. Where these streams might go. The scale of them. What I want to set as my intention. I have this little piece of paper here and I have a pen in my hand. I want to write some magic scribbles on this thing to imbue my joint with. What magic scribble is going to be the most important one for me right now? Do a headstand. If you finish watching this entire stream, friend, and then you go and you finish watching all of the Meltmore streams on YouTube, at the end of that whole thing, like after you've done all of that, you Google in man doing a headstand on YouTube, you're going to find it doing a headstand as well. Good morning from North America. Good morning to you, Yeetus Deletus. I appreciate you joining us and sharing your presence with us, friend. I hate thinking about future possibilities. Forces you to remember your potential, lol. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now, Simon, where I feel like I'm being reminded, right, of all of these potentialities, but also at the same time being reminded of the things I'll actually have to do to realize them. Exhausting / intimidating. True. Yeah, dude. Man. You know, just because of you, Simon, just because of you, today's intention is going to be possibilities. Possibilities are 2 S's, right? Yeah. Making possibilities. That's our intention for today. Smoking to recognize, to realize future possibilities and the potential therein. There's so much. It's this like infinite fractal that always just stares us in the face of like, oh, look, sure, you're going to make one decision now, and then that one decision is going to lead to another one decision, and then exponentially you just have this like a plethora of possibility laid out in front of you, and it's so easy to just, do whatever. So easy. I feel like I've been doing whatever for as long as I can remember. That's why I decided to do something for the whole, not just for me. Because I wasn't getting any satisfaction out of doing things just for me, right? This is something I'm realizing more and more with just the nature of sharing. Sharing things is exponentially better than getting things. Compassion. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely, friend. Because you're setting one thing up against another when the thing in itself should be what is what you are grateful for, instead of comparing it to something else, of course. You gotta hold that door, or else you're just not part of the human experience. That's also true, friend. I mean, like, you can be the holding of the door in someone else's experience, right? At the end of the day, if you do something like that for someone, if you hold the door for them, like when they have their hands full, like there's this real sense of like, thank goodness this other one person just had enough empathy, enough sympathy, enough compassion to take some time out of their day to keep the door open for me, right? And it's not like it takes us a lot. It's not like it's going to like make us extremely late for something. We're just taking the time to do like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not generous. An act of kindness, right? It's just an act of kindness. There's a word I'm looking for. Like when you do something without expecting anything in return, right? Just for the sake of doing it as kindness. Maybe we have to make a new word for it. Anyway, like when you do something like that for someone, you just open them up to the understanding of us not being separate. Like that whole idea of one love, I believe that like this is something I've implemented in my life as well. And now that I'm telling this, or thinking about this rather, I'm thinking about this one time that I was at a festival. And I had my tent set up, and I was waiting for my friends to kind of arrive at the festival place as well. So like I finished setting up my tent, and a guy kind of dropped his stuff. Like he had a way too big tent for like one person, but he was like dropping his stuff next to my tent, and I was like watching him trying to set this tent up, and I felt myself, or maybe not myself, but maybe I just felt this cosmic weight of me watching him struggle, right, and doing this thing alone. And then I felt myself standing up, and I walked over to him, and I told him, hey man, like, you want me to help you? And he was like, dude, please. Because it was like windy and there was rain coming. And like helping him set up his tent, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know his name. I still don't know his name. And we didn't have a conversation after that interaction either. And I didn't help him set his tent or like break his tent back up. But just in that moment of need, where he needed someone to be there for him, and like obviously I can like tell myself, you know what, someone else will come and help him. Like he probably has friends, like they'll probably come over at some point and help him with this. Let me just stick this quickly. But instead of thinking about it that way, I kind of recognized in that moment that the universe showed me, what true morality is supposed to be, what true selflessness is supposed to be in that moment. And it was like, this is what's going to be expected of you sometimes. Sometimes, like, things aren't going to work out. Sometimes people are going to be struggling around you. And you're going to have to be the one in that moment to help. And like obviously we get to choose not to. And that's perfectly fine as well. But maybe you're supposed to stop choosing not to help. Just kind of like looking over at the shit that's happening next door and deciding not to help. Maybe that's not the way to continue doing things. Because like what I'm saying right now has so many more implications than just a tent being built, right? It goes so deep. And the fact that it's all unknown too. Are you taking the correct routes, opening the doors to these possibilities? Dude, like that's the thing that I've been thinking about today. Like just thinking about the possibilities, the direction of my own life. And like these things can get exhausting to talk about and to think about. Like over contemplative imagining of your own future. I mean, I think it has some value in the sense that you are creating a reality inside of your head and then you're pursuing that imagined reality. But damn, dude. Like I don't think it's healthy to just do that either. Potential is never gone. We all develop on our own timeline. So never feel it's too late to do anything. That I do agree with, friend. That I do agree with. Like even if I don't get to do everything in the life that is Meltmore, I'll get to do everything in the life that is Earth, dude. The life that is the universe. The life that is the dimension that the universe is caught up in. Right? The expanded understanding of what your I consciousness actually is. Man, I feel like I'm juggling understanding today. Contemplative. The fact that we can say words and it makes sense. I say the word contemplative. If you have never heard the word contemplative before, then it's just a bunch of sounds to you. But if you understand what contemplative means, you understand it means that someone is in a mindset of where they're thinking about things, they're contemplating things. That's why I actually really enjoy speaking English, and I feel maybe I should be a little bit ashamed of feeling this as well. But I feel my expression, my ability to articulate is significantly more advanced in English than it is in my own native language at this point. Just because of the amount of time I've been spending with you friends. Like legitimately, in the last 154 days, my English, or at least my ability to articulate the ideas that I have in English, has surpassed my ability to articulate ideas I can, or my ability to articulate ideas in Afrikaans. Which is, I guess to be expected as well. Rest in peace, Hodor memes. Yeah, shame, dude. I ain't smoke. Okay, you don't have to smoke, friend. Not good for the lungs. It isn't good for the lungs. You are right. It's not something I plan on continuing indefinitely. We're gonna get a vaporizer on the streams eventually. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Honestly, it's easier to do things with others in mind rather than yourself. That's also true, dude. It's also true. I feel like maybe that's the mindset I'm moving into now as well. Into realizing that it is easier to do things as a big flame. It's easier to do things for others and with the intention of helping others than just to kind of... I don't even think it's just easier, dude. I just think it's the right thing to do. Maybe that's why it's easier, dude. Because you're not straining against something. feel like when you're doing only things for yourself, it's such a strain, dude. It alienates you from people. My life is finally coming together at 32, and I'm so very thankful. Develop at your own pace. I will, Nate. I will. Absolutely, friend. Day 24 of my water fast. 6 more days. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Candace? How are you feeling, friend? 24 days of eating no food, drinking only water. Man, I still have to get to that point. Like it gets further and further away because I'm trying to imagine it from a standpoint of like your chemical understanding of your physiology, right? And how you're experiencing your consciousness. But I've only gotten that deep into it, and it's not like you can imagine yourself into like smoking more weed, for example. Probably why learning Dutch is such a daunting task for me. I'm giving no positivity to the world, and I'm opening myself to for people to see me struggle. That's probably why learning Dutch is such a daunting task for me. Oh, okay. I feel what you're saying. Yeah, because it's almost like something that you have to be a little bit self-centered in learning. And like it's also something that you're going to have to make yourself extra vulnerable in showing because you're not going to be fluent right off the bat in Dutch. So you're going to like have stutters, and then you're going to not only judge yourself for your own stutters, but imagine other people judging you. Added weight on top of your head, my friend. You'll be fine, Simon. I believe in you, friend. Nader Tater, or bird. Considerate and selfless. Yeah, there's also good words. Conscientious. It's also another good one. Hello, Estian. Hello, friends. Happy to share the space with you all. Happy to have you share space with us as well, Lisa. Thank you for joining us, friend. I say Lisa in my head. And the Sega intro, I literally did it as well. Did I do it? Lisa. I don't know. Maybe. I'm thinking of the Wally sound now as well. The by and large sound. Right? I can't just sit and watch someone who clearly needs help. Yeah. Like when I couldn't do it either. Like I like legit like watched him struggle with the taking the bag out of the like tent bag that he had there, and I was like, okay, enough. The man has struggled enough. I need to go and help him. The question of why not, when presented with the opportunity to help another, is a gift. Exactly. It really is. Like, I can choose to do nothing, and then there's not going to be any lack or any harm put into the world, or I can choose to do something and bring more joy into the world. And who knows, as a result of me doing that, I could have shifted that dude's whole perspective of the entire weekend that he was embarking upon. Quite literally. The possibilities, my friend. We're constantly, faced with these possibilities in our life. And we get to choose whether or not we want to realize, whether or not we want to pursue these possibilities. And more often than not, we opt out of it. More often than not, we opt out. Because it's very easy to tell ourselves like, oh, well, I'm not harming him by not helping him. What is it? Was it Einstein who said, the world won't be taken by evil men, but by men standing idly by. Being a warrior of peace. Not in a destructive way, obviously. Warrior of peace, it's a contradictory thing to say. It doesn't really make sense. But yeah, just making a stand, for one another at the end of the day is what's important. It makes me happy to see that is something that's happening as well. If you look at the things that we've went through recently with this pandemic, with the things that happened as a result of that. Man, the possibilities is already kind of bonking my head, and I haven't even started smoking this possibilities joint. Let's light it, friends. 2 possibilities. possibilities. Man, there's actually really infinite possibilities in our universe. But there's also this theory that if you could render each and every single one of the atoms in our universe, you could predict everything that happens in our universe. What do you think about that? So, is the possibilities that we're experiencing fated? What are your friends' thoughts on fate? Not something that I 100% subscribe to. I don't like believing in the idea that everything that's going to happen to me was destined to happen, right? Was destined to smoke this joint. I'm not so sure about that. I am sure that there is maybe like trajectories, right? Like a sole purpose that you're heading towards. Maybe we're all heading towards the same thing. But we just get different variations of that. Right? You know, the understanding that there is some infinites larger than other infinites. Like there are more real numbers than there are, like there are more imaginary numbers than there are real numbers. Or what's the word exactly? Like fractions of numbers. So there are an infinite amount of fractions between a 0 and a 1. And then there's also an infinite amount of numbers you can go up to. But there is more infinitude between the 0 and the 1 than there is in the counting to the infinitude of the actual infinite. What? Excuse me? So possibilities is something that I kind of subscribe to the same thing in our lives. Maybe there is a very 1-0 nature to the existence that we're in. And we're all moving towards, or from this 0 point towards this 1. But there are different scales to that. Literally a larger than infinite infinitude as a scale between that 0 and that 1. Does that make sense? I don't think it's supposed to. Don't lie. Stop saying it makes sense. Stop. Dum-dum. We could. Campbell tomato soup possibilities. I don't understand the reference. Best of wishes. And you are not the only one helping the other party. When you lend a hand to someone, you're helping yourself as well. Exactly, dude. Like, you're quite literally helping this eye consciousness, right? So if my eye consciousness is like struggling and having a rough time trying to set up a tent, like a big tent, completely alone, and then another divine eye consciousness comes and assists me, now suddenly this eye consciousness is having a significantly better experience because it has the help of someone else. And when you realize that that eye consciousness that that person is experiencing is the same eye consciousness that we are experiencing in this moment, it becomes almost a no-brainer to help one another. I do believe that we are starting to realize more and more so. Okay, if we're smoking for possibilities, we're drinking. What are we drinking water for? Possibilities and judgment. Right? Maybe just good judgment. Okay, so like, man, I don't like the word judgment in itself. Damn it. I've put myself into a conundrum here. Okay, possibilities and maybe direction. Yeah. Judgment. I think direction is a better word than judgment. Yeah, direction, possibilities. It takes so little effort to help the next person. but it's enough to make a difference in someone's perspective. Yep, love propagates love. Absolutely, friend. Absolutely. The concept of pay it forward is a very powerful thing as well. I do believe so. Bub says, solid words today. The message resonates with me in the situation I'm in. I'm happy that you feel this resonates with you, friend. I feel like I am not even resonating as loudly as I can usually. I feel like I'm definitely in a lower hum, right? Not another the high pitch. I feel like just that's how I'm feeling right now, dude. I just want to melt more. Just want to melt some more. I always have $40. I always have $40 ready to hand to someone or help. We started a pay it forward at a DQ once it was fun. Giving people rides, etc. Feel good to help, just for the fun of it. Exactly. Being kind to one another for no reason. Something that is so simple, yet there's this whole thing built around it, and how we're supposed to do it. And then like people touting about how great they are as well. The whole social media era. Look, I'm helping this person. I'm filming me giving him McDonald's. Like, ends the video, takes the McDonald's and goes and eats in their own car or something. That's not helping people. Are your thoughts usually in English or Afrikaans or a mix? Mostly English, actually, Edmund. Interestingly enough, at this point, my thoughts are, I feel primarily English. It depends. Like, man, I don't feel like I think in language anymore necessarily. I just express myself in language. I made 20 cards of pictures I drew on them and mailed them to random people. Out of 20, I got one email back thanking me. Like even if you got 0 emails back thanking you, I still do believe that there is, good experience as a result of the cards that you sent out. Did you draw the... Oh yeah, you did. Man, I would still feel maybe a little bit salty if only one sent me an email. But I do still think that those divine little drawings are somewhere out there in the world, still actively creating within that person a sense of love, a sense of understanding, a sense of just a feeling even. And then every time they look at that, every time they feel that, I do believe that they're sending you good energy in turn. Maybe not an email, but good energy nonetheless. Working today, but wanted to say hi to Mel and you all. Thank you, Justin. It's nice to have you here, friend. It's nice to have you here. Do you or do you not have internal monologue? Yeah, like as I said, I think in like ideas. Like I'll build ideas in my brain, if that makes any sense. And then maybe I'll like attach names to the things that I'm building, right? Like labeling things. Yeah. I don't know. A lady cut me off while driving in the parking lot. I playfully smiled and waved her on. That was enough for her to find me in the store and say thanks for being kind. Such a little act of kindness, and you have a positive impact on someone's consciousness. Yeah, literally, Jovan. And it's something that's like small, right? We think of it as small, as you say as well. But I believe it's something that's massive because you have the choice to still use, or a little act, you still use the same energy that you would use to like rage at her and like scream her and flip her off, something like that. You're using the same energy. Like I believe we're hyped up, to display one of the energies, and maybe it's like a genetic thing because of our primate ancestors. We're nudged on to lose our minds sometimes. But then showing a person, even though they realize like they did that, like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that, and then looking at you with the response of knowing they shouldn't have done that, and then like expecting just a response out of you, you could, flip them off, and they would be like, yeah, fuck you too, blah 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 blah, or as you did, Jovan. You smile and you just like waver on, like, it's okay, don't worry, not the end of the world. And then they realize, they're like, oh shit. oh, 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 that's the way this interaction is actually supposed to be, right? That's what I feel, at least. What do you do for a living? I'm in service of the people, friend. I think today's lesson should be, it doesn't make sense, help anyway. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, help anyway. I like that. Thank you, Bob. Yes, we don't even know where that person was. Maybe the small thing would brighten their day. I do think that as well. I feel that, my friend. That's awesome, Jovan. Such small gestures can be so huge to someone else. Take no effort on our part at all. Exactly, dude. It's something that feels small, but I feel it's still, an act of integrity. Me and Uncle Becky had a chat today over the phone, and he said this thing about integrity, where integrity should be, after you've done something, you should be able to stand back, look at it, and say, yeah, that was me. Right? That's what integrity should be. We should be able to do that with ourselves as well. Warriors of Peace. Wow, I love that. Yeah, Warriors of Peace, Nate. Do you believe in aliens? Oh, I'm happy that you asked me that question, because I 100% believe in aliens. Believe in aliens to the fact, or to the tune at least, that there is the possibility of aliens. Like, no matter how you want to think about it, there are billions of planets, orbiting their stars in the habitable zone in our Milky Way. There are billions of galaxies. It is very, 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 like, I want to say very 10,000 more times, but we don't have time for that, unlikely that we are the only things alive in this universe. And if you think that, then you don't understand the scale of our universe. Do I believe that we are being visited by ETs regularly? That I'm gonna have some trouble arguing with you about. But do I believe in the possibility of aliens? 100%. It makes me sad that that is something that's also a radical thing to say, right? I think it should be common scientific understanding and belief that there is the possibility of it, at least. He is a mental magnet for all of us to sit with and enjoy the day. A mental magnet. Melt more the mental magnet. I've never heard that one before, but I do like the visualization of it. Because I'm imagining, like, if a magnet becomes too powerful, you know what happens? You know what happens? It becomes a big ball of molten liquid that keeps pulling more and more things into it, and because of its sheer magnetism and magnitude, it pulls those things into and a part of itself, melting it as a result. Yeah. I'm terrified of aliens. Why terrified? Lisa, if aliens wanted to harm us, like, it wouldn't be difficult for them to do so. Because if they had the technology to close the gap between wherever it is they are in our universe and where we are in our universe, then they have 10x the technology to, like, create a black hole on our planet or something. Like, they would, like, totally stop if they wanted to. Which I believe they don't want to. I believe they've transcended the point at which they think war is something that's feasible, because they know they can just harvest entire planets for resources, right? Inert planets for resources. They don't need to kill our small little speck of mud because it might have something they want. No. Unfortunately, no. There's enough water in the universe. There's enough of everything. There's infinite of everything in the universe. So aliens would know that. So I believe they're just waiting for us to transcend the point at which we're constantly at each other's throats. Because if we are, as a species, at each other's throats at the moment, like, we're gonna be extra at an alien species' throat. So they're like, I think they're just like kind of waiting, like just checking, like, oh wait, these people are like still not quite there yet, but we're we're there for them. How did InfoWars end up on Meltmore's stream? What's that dude's name? The guy from InfoWars. No. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast as well. It's not Joey Diaz. Damn it. Turns the frogs gay. Damn it. What's his name? What's his name, friends? Please tell me. I believe that we come into this physical body knowing that the experience is. I just have forgotten the storyline. I think in the same way we almost want to forget. Like we're very aware that we're going to forget going into this experience. And then we kind of just reawaken as we get close to exiting this experience again. Or we can try and reach it in this experience as well. No point in having the experience when you know what's going to happen. That's exactly it. That's why we have deja vu. So I believe deja vu, well, I don't believe this, but this is a scientific theory, that deja vu is a result of a memory going to our long-term memory, like storage space, instead of our short-term memory. So then your brain recognizes the thing that you're seeing in your long-term memory, and then it like has this weird deja vu feeling because you're recognizing something from which is stored in your long-term memory in your present moment. So you're like, wait, what? That's at least that's the scientific theory of how deja vu works right now. Math has already proven that destiny exists, just as that every single action we take changes the end of destiny is. So much so, saying destiny doesn't exist is almost the same thing as saying it does exist. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna share something with you, and I'm not sure if you're gonna watch the whole thing, but I hope you do, Simon. It's like a 34-minute Verticium, forgotten the channel name. But like he made this new video about math, and like math is not complete, math is not conclusive, and math is not, what's the other one? The third one. I'm like going through the entire video trying to remember the things he was saying about these things and how they got proven. But I think the last one maybe got wiped as well. Damn it. But it's a fantastic video, dude. He basically goes into that. And at the end of it, he goes into Turing. You know, Turing computers, and how in that way you can have like a system of life, right? Like the life simulation. It's called life. You can have it run a Turing computer inside of it. And then that Turing computer can do compilation as well, dude. Like it's... The crazy part about our existence right now is that with our current understanding of technology and just how computation works, we're more likely to be in a simulation than we are likely to exist in a physical world. I don't think we're either, actually. I think we're a mental scape, if you will, right? Like something mental so powerful that it actually creates the physicality. Okay, so, man, like this is a concept that really blows my mind. Just within like the infinite resolution, right? And I was like thinking about fruits specifically in that way today, where I picked myself a grapefruit, and I opened this grapefruit, and all of these like little seeds were in there, and these little houses, right? Those individual little bottles of juice inside of a citrus fruit. And I was just imagining all of the other fruits on the tree, and knowing that all of the complexity, all of those little houses, we call them, I'm not sure if they're called houses in English, like all of them are still rendered, right? All of them are still in this space and expressed into that space. And then with me opening them, I'm just like creating an experience, a perspective in which I get to look into that thing. If I could just move my perspective through that thing, I could like see a completely different face of reality. It's, yeah, we're living in a really insane universe. Do you believe people are brought into each other's life at a certain point for a reason, or is it coincidence? So that's another one. So that's like, the difference between destiny exists and doesn't exist. Because I believe that people, like attracts like. Energy you're putting out into the universe is the energy you're going to receive back. So I believe the energy that me and you have put out into this universe has brought us together, Lisa, at the end of the day. Water for wisdom. Yee, I like that one as well. Maybe we'll use it next time. I believe that you can change destiny, Simon. I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence either. Do you believe in a soulmate? Ooh, I believe I probably have thousands of soulmates on this planet. I don't believe in like one singular soul that is going to be compatible. I believe there are probably, probably thousands of compatible souls on this plane of existence. Yeah, but I just hope to bump into one of them. You can change destiny. You just create multiple different realities for each action you take. Yeah, you can do it consciously. You can literally look at this cup and then tell yourself, there's a reality in which I don't take a sip now, and there's a reality in which I do take a sip now. And now, I don't know what's going to happen to the dude that didn't take that sip, but he's going to live his entire divine life. He's going to make thousands of other choices as well. Who knows if things turn out differently? Maybe they will. Who are we to say, dude? That's what infinite means, dude. Like, you can't. You cannot wrap your head around it. How did you drop today, Jay? 50 little lines, dude. 50 little lines. Hodor. Man, hold the door. Oh. That's where the Hodor joke came from. Each with different destinies, of course. Absolutely. Is that it? Lol. No, Lisa. That won't be it for you at the end of the day. Just Jay. You don't need external stimulants to experience deep understanding. Playing with lions is pretty awesome, though. It's true. I feel like I am the opposite of what I am usually right now. I feel like I'm less sure. I feel like I'm less, directionate with the things I want to say because I don't know anything. I don't know anything. And there's so much freedom in realizing that. Being open to what life is going to give us. Because pretending like we know what the fuck is going on, it's not a great way to experience life either. I mean, what's wrong with a little bit of do each their own? Yeah, dude, I have nothing against lions. Exactly, are not necessary. Just enhance life on another level from cannabis. I do agree, Edmund. All of this introspection is making my head hurt. Me too, dude. You think I'm like having a vibe here? It's also like I'm beating on myself with the introspection. I feel very vulnerable, dude. I feel open and exposed. I've never tried them, Edmund. Judgment, nasty word. It really is. We'll have a chat with you, Lisa. Like this is definitely something for like a more close quarters chat, if you will. The best combo I had is meerkats and lions, and that was the most beautiful spiritual connection. I could actually hear the bursts singing echoing through my head. Yeah, that sounds about right. Possibility. There's a possibility that I'm not gonna reach the end of the comments anytime soon. And yes, James, I do believe in the Stone Ape theory by Terence McKenna. The Stone Ape theory basically goes that the progress that human beings as a species made, or let's say rather hominids, was as a result, or what do we call our closest ancestors again? Man, I don't have words today. Anyway, like there is at some point this significant growth in the amount of oxygen that is being sent to our brains, right? And it's very significant. Like it's this peak, stonks for brain intelligence basically. And there's this correlation, or at least Terence McKenna tries to make this correlation, that the rise of psychedelic mushrooms and those humanoid species kind of spending time in pastures where they would have access to these mushrooms and then realize what these things could do, and then as a result started partaking at them in a like a ceremonial way where they were gaining more information, and as a result of gaining more information their brain had the need to expand, and as a result it could have ended up in where we are right now as the human beings we are. If you do responsibly, if done responsibly, they can be a truly perspective altering experience, or they can help you better understand the truths you already know. They can be a very spiritual and beneficial experience, as long as you don't just think of it as getting high. Yes, absolutely. Melt is currently a male escort. Yeah. Lisa, please. I'm gonna get the strangest of DMs. Super awesome. And my husband and I set up our meditation room and did mantras, and holy crap. Yeah, right. Intentions. And like going into anything after you've meditated is a surefire way to go into it with more calm. Queen, you don't get any trips from just not eating for a month? Oh yeah, I'm sure she does. You do. It's such a surreal experience, fasting, because you're eating yourself. The stone ape theory is so cool. I was actually just talking to my girlfriend about it yesterday. It is a fantastic way of thinking about things. I'm not saying it is the truth. I just think it makes sense, if anything. It felt like our voices were vibrating, our bodies off, and our souls were the only thing there. Super connection. It's insane. I do get the connections meditating, but I get body highs randomly. Like you'll get these, you'll feel like these pulsate. Like I feel like it's almost like this switch or this like layer that gets pulled off of you, where your body like finishes like some sort of process or uses up something in your body, and you'll have this like rush almost. It doesn't last long, but it is pretty surreal. The proof of good deeds is so annoying. Shouldn't only you and the other person and the higher beings be the only ones knowing that? To me, yes, that's a deed from the heart and pure. Absolutely. Hey, saw you yesterday. You saw me yesterday, friend, and you'll see me tomorrow, and you'll see me the day after, and you'll see me more and more and more and more and more and more, friend. We're never stopping. Never stopping. That's a great quote from Futurama. When you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Ooh. Man, that one hit home, dude. I was an automation developer. That was my motto too. If doing my job right, I'm not doing anything at all. Yeah, because if you're doing automation right, then things need to be fucking automated. It needs to be automated. That's hilarious. I was. So you're not doing automation development anymore? Are you doing some sort of other development right now? I'm not at all surprised that you're programming as well. Are you programming? Automation development. Maybe not necessarily programming, because you can go into automation development with pretty much anything. I'll probably learn in like 12 minutes. When I catch up the comments. I'm sorry. I need to speedrun some comments so I can try and reach the bottom. Your good deed is a good deed way before you get the recognition for it. Did I see you at Ocala? Probably not. Alex Jones. Thank you, Nate. Yes, Alex Jones is his name. Hope you're doing great. Hey, Professor Goo. I'm doing well, friend. I'm doing well. I'm sending you so much love. I'm thinking about you, actually. I have been thinking about you. I had a chat with Uncle Becky, so, yeah, sending you a lot of love, my friend. Or is deja vu a glimpse into your life in a parallel reality? Might be. What are we to say? Maybe it's like, not a glimpse into your life, but like a phasing of where in your other life you're also experiencing the same thing at the same time. And then you're like, you see like a shift of them like converging. And you're like, and that's deja vu or something. I watched that video too, Lamar. Yeah, dude, so you know what I'm talking about. That's legit what I'm thinking about with like Destiny as well now, because that's the thing, dude. Like the whole joke of like the enemy of my or the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but that means he's also my enemy, which means he's actually my friend, which would mean that he's my enemy. Which, you know, that's the thing with our universe at the moment. You know, this like back and forth, dude. It's so trippy, man. Is this Kid Harington? Yeah, dude, I'm Kid Harington. Look at me. Oh, I know nothing. Oh, I defend the wall. What the fuck am I doing? Good morning, friend. Good morning to you, Brooklyn. Thank you for joining us, friend. Hippie essence, dude. Yeah, bro. Don't you think that you think a lot? Yeah, I think so, friend. I wish I could turn it off. Doesn't work that way, though. Actually, I don't wish I could turn it off. Because even if I could, you know, if I had like a genie and it was like, okay, you want to actually turn it off? I'd be like, nah. Yeah, actually, I'd rather keep it. The soulmate is just simply who your soul mates with. Ooh. What a trip, Nate. I haven't thought about it that way. Meltmore also believes in multiple soulmates. 2030 Poly Meltmore. Oh no! Oh no, Simon! Oh no, I can't, like, it's trippy to me that you say something like that, because I've actually been considering the idea, and like after that conversation that we had, it really opened my mind as to how these things could work, you know, the possibilities of them as well. And instead of, you know, being judgmental of your situation, I was just, you know, letting myself be with it, and, you know, in loving forgiveness of it. And the more that I think about it, the more it makes sense to me, dude. So you got me, dude. You got me thinking. Thank you for being vulnerable with us. Thank you, friend, for sharing the space with me as well. Wasn't Stone Ape Carl Sagan? I wouldn't be surprised. Carl Sagan was on another level. Man, I would love to have a conversation with that dude as well. Carl Sagan, Nikola Tesla, Alan Watts, Terence McKenna. I want to name only 5, so I'm like really hesitant on the 5th one. You know, if I can do anything, I want to talk to a random peasant. Like, I'm sorry to say it like this, but like peasant human, like in the 70s or the 17s or like the 1600s or something, just to be able to have a conversation with them and tell them about the future. Right? Man, that would be so sick. Yeah. How about you, friends? Who would you want to talk with? Technically, if we're melting together, we're just making one big awesome pot of gumbo. Just one big awesome pot of gumbo. Aggravating wind. What unit of measurement for oxygen are you using as a result? Oh, fuck, shit. Oh, there's a bug in my shirt. Ah, no, dude. I felt something itch me on the side of my body, and then when I went to scratch, there was something itching me. Oh, it might have been. What was it? Might have been an insect that was like running away from ants. Tomorrow we make Jambalaya. I don't know what jambalaya is, but it sounds good. The background seems CGI. Yeah, fake background, dude. I'm super good with CGI. Look at me CGI in this Doge. Look at me now press these cool buttons, and now I'm gonna make that Doge move. look, look, look. Ultra realistic CGI, dude. I used to either. The doors are closed. She was running past me to go into the door. Yo, Vi Queen, day 3 for me. Oh, okay. I've been super avoiding being around food, yet you're cooking delicious meals. You're a powerful lady. Like, it gets to the point where you no longer have that temptation. And Jovan, today is going to be as hard as it gets. So take solace in that. Tomorrow it's only going to get easier and easier and easier. How long? You said you want to go for a week, right? I think you're going to feel fantastic. I made spaghetti last night and I watched them eat and it filled me up. Yeah, there's the smells of it as well. Like seeing other people enjoy your food when you're fasting. Like I made, what do you call it exactly? So basically you take mince, you flavor it, you take bacon, you take bacon first actually, then you roll the bacon out on like a tinfoil sheet, then you put mince on top of it. Then you add like green pepper, mushrooms, onions on that like mince, and then you roll it up into itself, and then you bake that in the oven. So I made that for my family while I was like doing my 2 week fast, and just watching them, enjoy that as a meal as well was also just such a fulfilling moment. Can you shout out my boy? No, my friend. If your friend had any other name, I would be more than willing to shout him out, but can't do that one. Congratulations on day 3. I hope your reactions have passed and you got some sleep. I hope so as well. I'm on day 2 as well. Okay, thanks for the inspiration, my friends. Thank you, friend, for sharing with us. I'll touch you along. Like, tell me every day what your day is and how you've been doing as well. Congrats, Jovan. I didn't even know you started fast. Yeah, I think she sent it in the Discord as well. Left my job for a big pay raise at a terrible company. Lost my job because of Rona and my illness. Did traveling IT consulting in the US and Canada. Yeah. Freaking IT, dude. Like, almost, I want to say almost 90% of my friends happen to be from IT. I have this uncanny ability to really vibe with people that understand technology for some reason. No, I do nothing. No, I do nothing. Promise my next job won't be in Canada. Dude, you think you do nothing, Simon? What the fuck? Are you blind and deaf while you're taking your streams? You're doing a lot, dude. Don't sell yourself short. I appreciate the stuff that you share with us, man. You make me so happy. Put a big ass smile on my face. You jest. I like a person that can jest, and it just makes me smile, man. Like, what you do is invaluable. You do a lot. Time for some you time, my friend. Oh, it's time for some you time, my friend. I hope all is well, so you can take a break to rest. I hear you, Viking Queen. I do take, time to rest when it's necessary. I had a bath, I think like 2 days ago, where I had like bath salts and vitamin E oil and boabab oil and coconut oil and grapeseed oil, and it was just like a fantastic bath. Like, skin felt great afterwards. So yeah, I do take some time, every now and then, pat myself on the back a little bit. Just can't continue doing that. Thank you for the energy you're giving me as well, Nate. Ramdas, Dalai Lama. Oh, the people you would have chats with. Ramdas and Dalai Lama. Like, I'm also assuming that if you can have chats with these people, you would be able to flawlessly communicate with one another without language being a barrier. Because obviously, some of these people speak other languages than us. So you're just adding to the list Ramdas and the Dalai Lama and agreeing with others? Or would that be the only two you would want to chat with? Hopefully, this doesn't jinx it. But congrats for not having to restart the stream today. Mr. Smities, like, it's very interesting that you say that now, because I was just thinking about that. Like, we're coming on to like almost 7 minutes of usually finish time for the streams, and we didn't drop today. And I was like, huh, neat. I'm happy about that. Thank you for like giving me some positive energy. I don't think you're jinxing it. I think it's good to notice the good things as well. How come your dog never looks like it gives a shit about you, dude? Because it knows my hands are like ice cubes right now. Like, probably, like, it's uncomfortable for me to touch myself, and she doesn't have layers of clothing on her as well. So yeah, and she knows it's winter. If I try and touch her, she's just like, don't touch me. She loves him. She doesn't ever see it. I've seen it though. Like this morning, me and Eva shared like a very cute moment together, and then stream gets taken off. Damn it! Such cool moments just lost. Smoke, mate. Here, bro. Yeah, I'm smoking, friend. Man, oh, I'm gonna just calm down. Doges are playing behind us. Look at him go. Man. Thanks, brother. I honestly never even considered that as something I do. Of course it is, dude. Of course it is. Absolutely, man. Broer. Yes, my broer. Don't get Jans join. Yes, I agree with yours. I was just adding them to the list. I agree with you as well then, friend. He says... That's a bug of my shirt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay, you know, to lose your cool sometimes, right? Lose composure. Man, this is something that me and my friends had a chat about, right? To compose yourself. You need to literally eat yourself and turn yourself into something less, almost, you know? Is that what compose yourself means? Composure. I mean, like, I do believe in having a straight back, right? But there's also a point there where I want to relax and kind of ease into it. Where do we have the balance, right? Where is it composure? Is there composure in being relaxed as well? I think so. The bug runs away from ants to get squashed by a human hand. Yeah, man is out of luck, Siobhan. Poor insect. Poor insect was just out of luck. I made it this time. Greyhand, thank you for joining us, friend. I appreciate you being here. We have two hand. We have hand shoes, which is grand. I don't know if I know your name, Greyhand. Do tell us if you will. Did anyone else see the glitching of the stream a few minutes after Mr. Smitey said he didn't want Jinx it? Universe playing, took a screenshot. Like a little bit of a sprinkle of like a bzz, bzz, bzz. It's being posted on the Discord. Please do share. Please do share. Man, this was such a fun space to be in. The clouds look so surrealistic. They're just kind of hanging there. Like, we had a lot of wind throughout the day, and I just calmed down. Now we just have these really cool, cold clouds hanging over us. Yeah. Big balls of water. It rained as well. Like technically yesterday, day before yesterday was the first day of winter. And then it just started raining, which is like odd here in South Africa, or at least in my part of South Africa. Like it's not supposed to rain in the winter. So it was a pleasant surprise, but we also got handed an extra cold, extra like next winter day. Like when it rains and the wind just kind of pulls over that for like miles or kilometers and kilometers. It gets chilly. It's hard to not think of yourself as what you do. Yeah, but you're not even close to that thing, what you do. We're not our occupations, we're not our physical bodies, we're not the clothes that we're wearing, we're not our relationships. We are the I, consciousness, aware of all of it. The unchanging center point that's just aware of the flow of everything that changes around it. Did anyone else? Oh, I've already read that one. Thank you for the wholesome friend. I appreciate you being here, Kit Kat. I've been here a few times before, but the last few streams I missed them by an hour or so. Oh, it's nice to have you here on time then, friend, if you will. Are those curls natural? Looks good on you. Yee. They are natural, friend. Hair. Man. Hair. Ugh. It's something we like. Why? Why do we have so many attachments to our hair? It's literally these things being extruded out of our scalps, and we get so obsessed about it. Oh my! Like the thought of someone putting gum in your hair is like a fence worth fighting over, you know? Why? Why is it like I'm trying to figure out legitimately right now. Is it an evolution thing to have hair to keep your head from burning from like the sun, right? Is that the thing that's good about hair? Is it a vanity thing? Like we think hair looks better for some reason, and then we like have the attachment towards that. And like why only on top of our heads, right? Like we're not cool. Like if I had a big patch of hair just growing out here in my like just like beautiful locks of hair growing out here in my chest, we would be like, oh wait, that's sick. No, well maybe like a very niche community would be like, oh wait, that's sick. But like that idea of hair isn't okay. But having it grow out of our heads, that is okay. Man, like we have such weird attachments to our own, like just our own physical realities, and something like hair is something I feel we attach a lot of value to, a lot. I'll be shaving for Saint Baldrick's soon. Cannot wait to donate all this hair. I've been saving for Saint Baldrick soon, so cannot wait to donate. Oh, I've already read it twice. Sorry. Okay, friend. Like. I would like to see how much hair you cut off when you eventually donated. When was the last time you lost control of your emotions? I lose control of my emotions all the time, friend. I don't think there is such a thing as having control over your emotions. You know, not to the extent of not... Well, I mean, sure, you can blunt yourself or numb yourself to the things you're feeling. But I kind of just go into it with the experience of being open towards what's ever going to come from that instead of shying away from it. So is that me giving myself control in the losing of control? Maybe. I don't know. He did it. Celebrate catching up. Yeah. I feel like I'm like like dancing on the tip of the mountain. It keeps getting extended, and then I'm like oof, 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 and I'm like dancing on the top of the mountain, and then I can like that's what's happening right now. Hair is an extension of myself. I'm very attached to my hair. I know, Edmund. I know, dude. Like, I know, bruh. I know, man. I understand completely what you mean. The thing that bothers me is why. Because I feel like it's not something that I don't want such a hefty attachment. Be it something as hair. Because I feel like it's more the implication of it than it is the actual act of it. because this physical body is fleeting. It's the one thing, if you bet on, you're 100% gonna lose every time. Right? I mean, you have your body and you're going to live your life in your body. But if you're betting on like one aspect of your body and you're worshiping that aspect, be it your intellect, be it your face, be it your hair, be it how beautiful your toes are, whatever, in the grand scheme of things and with your age, these things are going to deteriorate because that's just the nature of the human body and the human experience. So that's my concern with it. Maybe that's where I'm trying to catch myself, not to have that mentality of it, if you will, as well as an expression of myself. That I do agree with. I feel it definitely is an expression of self, because choosing to grow your hair, like, and I know your hair is fuck long, dude. So you've been growing it for like 5, almost 6 years, I'm guessing, right, Edmund? How long have you been growing it for? And that is work, dude. Like, it's not easy having long hair. Like, you're more consciously aware of your head and your hair as a whole, because you have this thing that you're taking care of. It's like this puppy almost that you're right, and then you're like sitting on a chair and it pulls your head and stuff. It's not comfortable, so you have to be consciously aware of that stuff beforehand. And technically it's easier to just have your hair cut short, because then you don't have to think about more stuff. It's a conscious choice, an expression of self, as you said. I'm laughing, imagining your head hair growing back. I'm laughing, imagining your head hair growing from your back. Yeah, imagine it like it just like it kind of goes, and then it just like kind of like continues down your like neck, and then it just like has this like stripe, like this ultra mohawk, just of your head hair keeps going down your back. It would be so surreal. And we wouldn't be like, yeah, that's well, maybe like again, some would think that would be sick, but because that is now not something that's normal, right? Because we've grown up our entire lives knowing that people have hair primarily on top of their head. Sure, we have underarm hair and pubic hair, but not as much as we have a head of hair. So, like, in that understanding of it, that has become our normal. And then if there is something outside of our normal, then suddenly it's something that's seen as not good because we don't understand it. Our hair is our peacock. It's how we attract mates, lol. You see, like, I believe we have transcended the point of having to peacock our physical appearance to attract mates. I hope, at least. Because, you know, the stuff you share intellectually is, I believe, significantly more important. Sure, there has to be the physical, sexual aspect of it, but being able to have like a real good conversation with one another, yeah, that is going to be significantly more valuable than being sexually attracted to one another. Because again, you're betting on a physical body, and you're gonna lose because physical bodies do not last. When you could spike it, you'd be like a stegosaurus, but oh no! Like, I was thinking mohawk, but the stegosaurus spikes I think would be even better because they could articulate and stuff. Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. As you get older, it starts popping up all over the place. Yeah, it is going to. That's the thing. So, and that's why it's so important to become consciously aware of what we have right now and just how important this is. And friends, I appreciate you sharing this now with me. I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, everyone. Goodbye.